Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pattern Shift on Dr. T TV. I'm Dr. T, and this is the place where we shift reactions into intention so we can all live our most elevated life. Now, the pattern that we're working on today is a really big one for all of us. And it's also one that when we shift it, it changes everything in our life and the life of everyone around us. And that is the pattern of shifting hate into love. Now, this is a really important one because people are pretty familiar with saying things like, I hate this and I hate that and I hate you and I hate. And we all know that hating ain't working. And, here's the thing to recognize how this pattern, what it does. If people say they hate something or they feel that they hate something, that's actually not going to create what they want. In fact, the way physics works is that anything that you are focused on or experiencing in the moment has more potential to keep creating more of itself. That's how physics works, right? Anything that is already in motion will stay in motion. So if we're doing hate and saying things like, I hate this and I hate that, or I hate when that happens, anywhere we've got hate in this whole atmosphere, then I hate will create more hate. It's just infectious. That's the way that physics works. But when you replace it, and instead you're saying, I love this and I love that, and I love you and I love, love, then that creates more of itself. So, and guess what? The outcome is a lot better. So say if you're out to dinner and you're looking at a menu and you see something and or they give you the special. How about that? The person gives you the specials and you think to yourself, I hate swordfish, right? And so, you're thinking, whatever, it's swordfish, who cares? But if you have a pattern of saying what you hate and thinking of things that you hate, if you have the emotional pattern of hate and you use it anywhere, it has the potential to create more of itself. And then you'll find yourself, in an argument with somebody, or you're saying I hate you, or they're saying I hate you. And if you are in the conditioning and the pattern of hate, then it'll create more of itself. And that's not benefiting anybody. However, if you saw on the menu and you saw, or the person said, one of the specials is swordfish, and you thought to yourself, well, I love pasta and that's what I want instead. And you were saying, oh, I love pasta and I want to order pasta, even though this is a simple and maybe a little bit of a silly example, just being in the pattern of saying what you love instead of what you hate and replacing that everywhere is going to mean that every time you go, to think about something or talk about something where you might have said hate, but you replaced it with love, then you're actually going to be spreading more love in your life, in the world. And you're going to make it that much more clear to people what you love, including yourself. And you're much more likely to experience that, right? If you love something instead of hating something, then every single time you think about loving somebody or loving something, loving somebody, you get to experience love. Right? And it feels so much better. When I say I love something, I get to experience love. When I say I hate something, even though, we've been taught to describe things in this manner of like what I don't like, what I do, instead of what I do like or what I don't love. And this is a big one, right? People go, I don't love that. I'm not loving that. Right? Let's actually replace it with, I love this. And to be very clear about what it is that you love so that you can actually, right in the moment that you have that clarity, you actually start receiving more of it. Right? So if you are if you are like hating, for example, being broke as an example, and what you want is more money, then you need to be clear about like, I love money, right? I love money is actually going to get you more money and have you experience, even as you're saying it, a feeling of love and enjoyment about it, rather than like, I hate being broke, or I hate not having any money, or something like that. This is a really, really cool pattern shift. And imagine if everyone on the planet replaced hate and any version of it, saying it, thinking it, because we're that powerful. If we say it, it's in the atmosphere. Imagine if everyone replaced hate every time it was uttered with love and what it is that I love. Imagine what that would do for our whole entire atmosphere. And so I'm going to really invite everyone to replace hate with love, and do that for the rest of your life. Just make that replacement in the equation. And I really invite everybody to see how much more elevated your life is, and the life of everyone around you. In fact, the life of every one of us. All right, everyone. So this is our pattern shift for today. And if you want to learn more about shifting patterns just like this, you can check us out over at drtracyinc.com. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.